What's going on, guys? It's Riot back at it again with the white desk. Took a break after my first child was born and ready to get back into it. So let's kick it off with a review of the RAWM Leviathan V4. This is essentially a Razer Viper V3 clone for 90 bucks, but there's a few things that I want to talk about in comparison between the two. So, in terms of weight, it is almost purely identical. There's maybe a gram plus or minus, but I mean, this is 55 grams again, plus or minus. It's almost again completely identical to the weight of the V3. No weight balance issues on the Leviathan. In terms of shape, it's again similar and almost identical to the V3 Pro, and as I mentioned in my original V3 Pro review, it's a safe and comfortable shape that's arguably better than the Superlight and is usable for every grip style. It's going to be the same on this. One thing I would mention is in terms of the shell, one thing that people didn't like on the V3 Pro was just the grooves of the mouse buttons. On the ROM, they made it less pronounced, so I think it's more comfortable for those that want to use it. Yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing in terms of the shape. Outside of that, whenever we talk about build quality, this thing is literally built like a tank. It's pretty close, if not the same. I honestly feel like the build quality of this is just, I mean, the shell just feels just a tiny bit more sturdy. There's really no difference in terms of the actual build quality, but it just feels more solid in your hand. So again, there's no creaking, no flexing. The shell's built like a tank, so you're not going to have any issues with build quality at all. As a V3 clone, obviously the shape is going to be comfortable, but one of the questions that I had was the coating, because whenever this came out, everybody talked about the coating and how the coating on the V3 Pro was probably the best and still one of the best mice that have ever been dropped in terms of coating. And for 90 bucks at a lower price, this is pretty freaking close. Having something for $90, the only thing that's a little bit different, this is more smooth. This has kind of like a grainy feel to it, but it's not bad. It's just different. It has like a little bit of a grainy feel, but overall, I mean, the coating is really grippy. I don't feel like I need grip tape on this at all. This is a really solid coating on here, which leads us to the clicks, side buttons, and the scroll wheel, which again, absolutely fire. This is using second gen TTC optical switches, and in terms of click implementation, there's a little bit of pre and post travel on mouse 1 and mouse 2. I mean, there's a little bit of pre travel, a little bit of post travel. Overall, it's not going to be noticeable. And I mean, outside of some of the G-Wolf's mice that have come out that have really, really good implementation, this is still really solid. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the implementation there. One of the things I have noticed across the board is that I've noticed that side buttons are kind of loose. That is not the case on this at all. There's zero flex on the side buttons. So again, build quality on this is really good. The only thing that I could mention is that there's a little bit of flex on mouse 1 and mouse 2 if you're actually pulling it, but outside of that, that is the only thing across the board. Switches feel really good. Side buttons feel really good. Scroll wheel feels really good. One of the things I like about the scroll wheel is it's super notchy, but it's also not heavy. So I don't know why out of everything, I don't know why I tend to focus on the scroll wheel. Don't ask me why, but it's solid. No complaints here. Which leads me to the stock skates. So for the price, for 90 bucks for these stock skates, these are really good. I specifically like this in terms of micro adjusting, and I mean, definitely tracking, but micro adjusting just feels really smooth. I mean, well, really micro adjusting and tracking, just it feels really smooth overall. Really no need to change the skates. I haven't had any issues with the sensor, and you're definitely not going to have any issues with the battery life since they used a bigger battery. I've used this thing for I don't know how long and still have yet to charge it, and it is still going. I have used it with 2K, 8K. I have used really anything. I mean, it's still going. No issues with the battery life here. The only thing, again, I mean, with the mouse itself, the only thing that I can comment on is just a little bit of flex on mouse 1 and mouse 2. Everything else, stupid good for $90. The only thing outside of this mouse has been the web driver for me. For whatever reason, I had to download the program and the application to actually be able to get into the mouse settings. And even that was a little difficult for a little bit. But, I mean, even after all this time, for probably like 2, maybe 3 weeks of using this, I still have yet to be able to actually get into the web driver. So that is the only thing, at least for me. I don't know if anyone else is having issues, but for whatever reason, the web driver does not like me using this mouse. Outside of that, the only thing that I would say is I feel like they probably should have used the logo maybe down here as a different color. I feel like that could have brought it all together. I think it would have been fine to have RAWM here, but the logo here, I think if they put it down here, it would have looked better. Having it on both sides kind of just, I don't know. I'm not used to that on any other mouse, and I'm just not really that much of a fan. Speaking of that, the only other thing that I want to mention is the color. Like, you can't really tell on the video. You might be able to, but the color of this mouse single-handedly, not even including everything on my desk, everything that I have tested, everything that I have tried, everything that I have purchased, there's never been a color straight out of the box for me that has looked as good as this mouse does. So overall, this is easily an S tier mouse. Viper V3 shape, solid internals, the shell itself and build quality is insane. Grippy coating, solid stock skates, all at a lower price of the V3 Pro makes this an easy recommend. That you're not getting the really deep grooves for mouse 1 and mouse 2. Again, this has less grooves. I mean, you could tell even kind of just going up against it. It is definitely not as deep as it is on the original V3 Pro. So overall, for $90, if not less, this is stupid good. So yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, this is an S tier mouse. Easy recommend. If you have any questions on this mouse, feel free to throw them in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all next time. Start a ride.